10 ways that you can do what I like to think of as the process in the first 30 days of the year and learn the skills and the habits that you're going to need to really dive in and get serious about your fitness in 2025. So let's get into it. Number one, join a gym. Could be any gym, okay? People like to rag on Planet Fitness, but it's actually really not a bad first-time gym for someone. Startup rate is $20 or something right now, and it costs $25 a month. You've joined a gym now. How often should you be in there? I suggest you do a push-pull leg split, 3 days on, 1 rest day, repeat, push-pull legs. So essentially you're working out 6 times every 7 or 8 days. How long should you be at the gym for? Let's call it an hour. 30-minute walking session, 3 miles per hour to 3.5 miles per hour at a 2 to 3% incline is plenty. 30 minutes of weights, plenty of lifting time, especially if you're new to it and you're just learning how. Good place to start for the first 30 days is pick 2 exercises per body part, 3 sets per exercise. In terms of reps, start with 15, 12 reps on your second, 10 reps on your third set. How do you know if you're lifting heavy enough? Good rule of thumb is your 15th rep should take about twice as long to complete the pushing or the sort of concentric, the hard part, for lack of better words, and to not be too scientific about it. That should take twice as long as your first rep did. And you should feel as though you could probably only do 1 more to 2 more reps with really good form. It takes a long time, and those of us who've been doing this a long time kind of take for granted that it takes a while to learn your body and to really learn what good reps feel like. That's 6 hours a week. That's 3.5% of your 168 hours in a week. Make the time, prioritize it, and just get there. You'll learn. But for the first 30 days, you were just learning to move your body, and more importantly, you're showing yourself and teaching yourself that you can actually do it and stick with it. We believe in you. All right, buy a food scale. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Literally costs $10 on Amazon, and like 2 to 4 days later, thing shows up in the mail. And then learn how to use it. Okay? You're gonna put a bowl on it. You're gonna turn it on. It should say 0 grams. You're gonna pour food into it, cooked or uncooked. It'll spit out a number. Then you're gonna need an app that tells you what kind of macronutrients and calories are in that food you just weighed out in that portion. A lot of people want to sign up for some AI-driven, expensive thing. You don't need to get that fancy. Chronometer, which is what I use, is free. They keep offering me the gold version. It's been 2 years, 6-pack abs. I ain't paying for anything. I don't suggest that you should either. MyFitnessPal is another great free one. There's a ton of them. Little barcode thing, take out your phone, hit the barcode, voila, it populates the food. You put in how much, and get in the habit of weighing and really learning the skill of weighing your food before you commit to some kind of a cut or a bulk, and really getting scientific about your eating. Cook your meals and pack a lunch, pack some snacks, and take it to work. Do this every day for 30 days. It's very important. This is a skill you're going to want to master, and you don't want to leave eating up to chance. The probability of you going out for Chinese food or a double bacon cheeseburger with a side of onion rings is super good if you don't bring food to work with you. Now, I'm not saying you need to bring the holy trinity of chicken breast, broccoli, and rice day 1 if that's nowhere near how you're eating now. However, you should be using that food scale with your tracking app, and you should be making sort of reasonable, sensible meals that have protein, some carbohydrates, and some healthy fats in it, and bringing those to work with you so it's a no-brainer. You know what you're going to eat. There's no stress involved. There's no thinking involved. And more importantly, it's going to train you into adherence when you get more serious about your fitness and you're ready to get shredded, you're going to have to be able to commit to eating only food that you've prepared so you know exactly what is in it. Very, very important. Can't stress it enough. All right, now that you're weighing and tracking your food and you've joined a gym, you're going to want to buy a smart scale. I like the Renpho. It's $19.99. Syncs up via Bluetooth to your phone, and it gives you metrics like your body fat, visceral fat, lean body mass, all sorts of things in a really clean and handy interface. It tracks things along. If you look at this, this is my progress since 2019. You can see the ups and downs. And before you get weird on me and start saying, oh, well, Brad at work said those things aren't very scientific and that how can they really measure you and you should get a DEXA scan, just stop. You're missing the point. You want to develop the habit of weighing yourself daily at the same time, generally right after you wake up in the morning and after you've gone pee, so you have some level of standardization there. Again, it's the first 30 days. We're developing the habits that are going to carry you over. And really, we just want some data and some feedback so that we can look at trends over time. So I don't care whether or not it's off by 1 to 5%. I'm more concerned with the trend over time, as you can see in the chart. All right, buying a MazFit watch. Why do I keep hawking this watch? It's simple. It costs 40 bucks. The battery life is killer. Like, I charge this thing maybe once every 2 weeks. It tells me my steps, heart rate, tracks my sleep. If you want, you could text message and answer phone calls and do a bunch of Dick Tracy stuff out of it. The interface is really good in the Zepp app. It's super cheap, doesn't need to be anything fancy. It's waterproof, so I never take it off. It doesn't blow up on your arm. And if I lose it, it was 40 bucks. Just buy another one. I don't need a $350 watch. And I would suggest if you're just getting into fitness, you don't need one either. But you're gonna need it so that you can track your steps, and you really wanna be aiming for 10,000 steps a day. All right, some people are already gonna click out of this video when I suggest the following. However, if you're really serious in 2025 about getting in shape and you want to make a commitment to your health and to your fitness and to yourself, got to cut out the booze. If the thought of going 30 days, 1 day at a time, without a drink of alcohol is overwhelming to you, you might have a bigger problem you want to address in 2025, dude. I hate to break it to you. Why cut out the booze? Well, in terms of calories, it's not super calorically dense or something like that, and you could just cut out some calories from a meal somewhere else, right? However, what it really does, which is really kind of the worst thing, is impacts the quality of your sleep and dysregulates your hormones. Plus, you can probably drive by Taco Bell and not go in there and smash $20 worth of food. However, if you go out for beers with your friends and they're like, hey dude, let's hit the Taco Bell drive-thru, you're gonna end up with 10 tacos in your face and you're probably not gonna be able to say no. The lowered inhibition with alcohol, pretty counterintuitive. It's 30 days, dude. You can make the commitment. While we're on the topic of what to drink, let's get rid of soda, let's get rid of fruit juice, and let's get rid of any other drink that just adds calories that isn't a protein shake. So what does that leave you with? Water, diet soda, coffee, tea. And before you start saying, oh, well, diet soda gives brain cancer to lab rats or something like that, I'm not suggesting you should go out and chug 10 liters a day. But if a Coke Zero gets you through and weans you off the stuff that has 140 empty calories per can, I'm all for it. All right, for the first 30 days, now you've got a gym, now you've got a scale, now you're weighing food, now you're starting to track things, you're no longer drinking, you got a handy dandy $40 watch. What's next? Prioritize your sleep. 7 to 8 hours a night. If your work schedule allows for it and your general life setup, I have found that the sleep I get before midnight tends to carry more weight than the sleep I have after midnight. By trade, my job calls for some shift work, so sometimes I have to work nights, sometimes I work evenings. I'm kind of all over the board, and I find that when I can get to sleep between 8 and 9 o'clock p.m., get up at 5 or 6 a.m., my workouts feel good, I feel good, my clarity, my focus, my motivation, my discipline, all the things are on point. Really got to prioritize your sleep. And that's basically it. If you can commit to doing those things, tracking your progress, monitoring, doing the inputs, you are learning what I like to refer to as the process. If you can do that for 30 days, you can start ratcheting things down further and really committing to a caloric deficit and really tightening things up. But these are skills that you're going to need to really learn and train yourself and teach yourself and build into your life. Good luck with your fitness journey in 2025. There's all sorts of information out there. We literally have all the information in the history of humanity at our fingertips, and it's sort of hard to sort through it all. However, if you keep it simple and you just commit and just get started, I promise you will have success in 2025.